So yeah, CJK1231 back again with this is not a hip hop album review, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know I was supposed to review some albums based off the month of, if this is October, I'm supposed to review a lot of September ones, but um if I'm gonna be extremely honest with you guys, I think maybe it was a bad idea to try to review every single album that came out within a month, because then you end up crossing some albums that you're just not into, and you have to give them second or third listens to really get a full, fair opinion on it. So I guess in the throes of doing that, I kind of got burnt out extremely quickly. If you notice, I only did like maybe 4 or 5 versus what I did last month for those albums, which was like half of, not all, the majority of them. So what I wanted to do instead was ask a question. A simple hip hop question too. Because you know what? It's been on my mind, and I figured with the 2 viewers or people that, well, with the few subscribers that I have, right? I wanted to ask this specific question. Yes, it's a hip hop based question, and I want to know your opinions on this. De La Soul. Probably, if I had to rank, they're definitely arguable top 10 greatest groups of all time. And some may even argue top 5, some may even put them in the top 3. No matter what, I'm not going to argue any of those claims, because they're very deserving of it, especially all that they had to go through, especially with Tommy Boy, and the fact that they still continue to make music, even though all that BS was still, muddling their, I don't want to say muddling their creativity. Well, it was muddling their creativity because it affected their day-to-day situation. If your life sucks, sometimes that might sap out the creativity that you go in the studio, or whatever it is you do in life. Anything, something could affect you personally that may not have you go and do what you love to do, or do anything for that matter 100%, because especially if you're working really hard and trying to put something together that's great and amazing, and then for no apparent reason you're not getting the bulk of what you're putting out. You know what I mean? With that being said, they have an amazing discography, and I think if I had to count projects, I'm counting projects, not only albums, but projects, right? You have 3 Feet High and Rising, De La Soul is Dead, Balloon Mind State, Stakes is High, Mosaic Thump, then you have Bionics, then you have The Grind Date, then you have Mission Impossible, and then you have, I think it was Who We Are, I think it was an Air Nike album, then you have Plug 1, Plug 2, First Serve or something like that, off the Duck Down label, and then I believe they came out with Anonymous Nobody, I believe it's called, I think. So yeah, that's about 11 projects that I counted. Not albums, projects. If you were going by albums, you won't count Mission Impossible or the or that Nike Air Nike album. So I'm counting it all. So that's like 11 projects. Now here's what I want to do. You can answer this in any way or form you decide to, but I wanted to know, in your opinion, what is the best De La Soul project? Not album, project. Because albums and mixtapes and all that stuff, especially if they're full of original content, I think it's fair game. So, out of all those 11 that I named, oh, and they have De La Soul, the Daisy thing, where they basically rapped over uh 12 tracks over Dilla beats as a tribute to him. They did that in 2012, which is awesome. So if you want to throw that in there, I guess that's cool too. But it's really like rehash or just old material set in a new way over Dilla beats, really. But if you want to include that, I'm not gonna be mad because it's a great project on its own. But really, if we really think about this, what is the best De La work out of all this stuff, right? I was thinking about this, and if you want to rank all the projects as a way to answer the question, then that's cool too. I would actually love to see rankings of some of these. I don't know where my ranking is. I'm fighting for my number one De La Soul album, which I think is the best. I can't decide between four projects. That being Balloon Mind State, Stakes is High, The Grind Date, and The Mission Impossible. Those four projects are phenomenal. And I can't, man. I don't know. It's just when I listen to those projects, I can't even describe how I feel when I hear those projects. It's just like a happy, warm feeling just because it's like, you know, when you listen to something amazing and you know it's going to be amazing, and when you start it, you know the ride's going to be good, and you're just going through the emotions as it's, you know, especially when you're listening to an album, you know, like, I can't even describe it, guys. I'm just all over the place with my words right now. It's just that when I listen to those albums, I get that classic feeling when I listen to them. You're like this is amazing work right here from start to finish. You know what I mean? Now, when people hear me say those four, with the exception of maybe Stakes is High, some other people might question. Some people love Blue Mind State, but general consensus, a lot of people would say either Stakes is High, De La Soul's Dead, or 3 Feet High and Rising. My personal opinion, I'm probably gonna get crucified for it, but you know, people have their opinions, right? So I just feel like 3 Feet High and Rising sounds a bit dated. You know what I mean? A lot of it sounds dated. It's pretty innovative for what it's done, and the impact alone should be represented. But if we're looking at it as a whole, so that's just one slice of the pie, which is impact and innovation. But as a project as a whole, I don't know. It just sounded extremely dated. And De La Soul is Dead is basically the rated R version of 3 Feet High and Rising. And even then, it's not even that violent that people claim it to be. I think Balloon Mind State and Stakes is High sounded a lot more rough and raw than De La Soul is Dead did. But you know, opinions are opinions, I suppose. So yeah, for me, those two albums, I listened to them. De La Soul is Dead I like way better than 3 Feet High. I go back to 3 Feet High for like maybe a few songs. Same with De La Soul is Dead, but as a full listen, I don't. Not for me, guys. They're still impeccable albums. You know, 5 mic worthy. But you know, we'll actually talk about that whenever I do decide to get around and reviewing De La's catalog, which will be fun. But man, yeah, guys. I guess back to the original question, man. Like I said, for me, Balloon Mind State, Stakes is High, The Grind Date, and Mission Impossible. Those projects I can't decide. I try to make a case for it. Like I try to debate one by one each, and I just never come to a solution. But that's just for me, guys. If you had to ask me right now, out of those four, which one I'm gonna lean towards, uh, shit. Oh, God. I can't decide. You know what? At any point in time, this could change. Because I guess I do want to give you guys an answer. Right now it's between Balloon Mind State and Grind Date. Grind Date is a very special place in my heart just because it's the first De La album I've ever heard in life. You guys gotta remember I was born in 92. So you figure I was only one when Balloon Mind State came out. In 96, Stakes is High came out, but my dad he probably had the album, but he was playing a lot of other hip hop that was pretty popular at the time. Like, I think Beats, Rhymes, and Life I remember more than Stakes is High. And to me, Stakes is High is a more superior album, but you know what I mean? So I was introduced to a lot more music, and then De La didn't really become popular after that ever again. Even they still were under Tommy Boy for the next two albums, but I don't remember those videos or albums being that highly regarded or discussed in history like the first four were, or even put in the public consciousness. Like if my father never would have showed me the grind date, I probably would have discovered De La Soul way later than I initially did. You figure the grind date came out what, '04? So yeah. But anyways, yeah guys, so that's my answer so far. I'm leaning towards grind date just because of the sentimental value that it has with me, the nostalgia, first De La album. Heard it first, I've heard, so that means I've heard that De La album the most out of every other one in their catalog. So anyways guys, yeah, that's my question. What is the best De La Soul project to date, in your opinion? So, let's talk about it. Anyways, until next time guys, be safe, be cool, be humble, like, subscribe only if you feel like you like what I'm doing. You know what I mean? If you don't want to subscribe because of delays and all that, I'm not even gonna hold you. You know what I mean? Only subscribe if you feel it's worthy and what I'm giving you is worth the attention, your attention. You know what I mean? I would hate for someone to just subscribe only just because, they feel like, oh, well, his product is somewhat good, so I guess I could somewhat tolerate it. No, you know what I mean? You should subscribe to something because you love it and you're invested in it and you think what you're seeing is pretty good. So, with that being said, if you just want to like and comment, that's cool. You know what I mean? You watching the video is cool. But if you do decide to subscribe, hit the notification bell and you'll be notified of any other videos that I bring up on the channel. Alright, guys? But until then, I gotta go to sleep. Gotta go to work tomorrow. But until then, let's talk about it. What is the best De La Soul project? And if you want, you can rank them all. I would love to debate those. But until then, guys, peace out.